Thank you, Ekta. For those of you who I have not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is LaTier, and I am the Executive Director of El Paso County's Economic Development Department. I'm grateful for the opportunity today to continue our conversation regarding community collaboration and how it helped create capital and support services for small businesses in our region. In El Paso County, Colorado, we take a holistic approach to economic development. Our office is uniquely tasked with serving an ever-growing region with ever-changing needs. We navigate our dynamic economic landscape with a focused approach by offering diverse incentives for businesses and leveraging federal and state resources for housing and community development. Our goal is to assist in creating a robust, diversified, and equitable economic ecosystem. And this mission was never put more to the test than this year as we worked through the COVID-19 pandemic. Early on in the pandemic, many recognized that COVID-19 would create a severe economic disruption to our community. I'm proud of the fact that dozens of local economic and community development partners, including our 8 local municipalities and our El Paso County Public Health Department, came together to recognize the disruption that this created and come up with a plan of how to assist our businesses through the pandemic. Of particular importance, the El Paso County Board of County Commissioners immediately recognized the need for our small business community to have access to grant capital in our region. Through an allocation through the CARES Act, they committed more than $14 million to economic development initiatives to help us with our economic recovery efforts. That funding was put into 3 main programs throughout the region. The first being the Pikes Peak Enterprise Zone Business Relief Program. The second was a program for our 501c6s and our non-lobbying 501c4s with economic development-driven missions. These agencies were left out of the CARES Act allocation, so the county quickly stepped in to address this need. And finally, a large-scale regional business relief fund. Of the 3 programs, the first one that was stood up was the Pikes Peak Enterprise Zone Business Relief Program. Why this was of particular importance? Because it created a very innovative opportunity for us to partner with OEDIT, the Office of Economic Development and International Trade. Through the Enterprise Zone Contribution Program, we were able to stand up this relief fund. What was interesting about this relief fund is that it was the first grant program stood up in our region on the onset of COVID-19. This was before many of the federal relief programs took place, so it allowed us the unique opportunity to partner with our residents. These are local community residents that started the seed money for this fund. Donating to this fund allowed them for a 25% state income tax credit. This fund was also supplemented with CARES Act funding. Why this program was so important is because the enterprise zones are our most distressed areas of our community, so it was very important that we got capital to these areas in our region. The second program that we stood up was for the 501c6s and non-lobbying 501c4s. These are our local chambers of commerce, business league organizations, and non-lobbying 501c4s with economic development-driven missions. These are agencies such as our local minority-owned chambers, Visit Colorado Springs, Downtown Partnership, HBA, and many others. This program allowed us to provide funding to 9 local agencies, and this funding assisted them with fixed debts, employee payroll, marketing and education, and innovative programming in response to COVID-19. The third program within these initiatives is the Regional Business Relief Fund, the largest of the 3 programs. Through this competitive grant application process, we will be able to assist local businesses and nonprofits, recognizing that nonprofits are a large part of our local economic development ecosystem and a large employer in our region. This assistance in the form of a grant capital up to $20,000, will assist with things like rent, mortgage, and utility assistance, payroll, fixed debts, and PPE. Through a partnership with Colorado Enterprise Fund, it has always been our intent and purposes that with this relief program that we ensure that we're not continuing to deepen social inequities, but helping solve some of our local issues. Right now, this program has closed, and we're happy to report that over 1,000 applicants have applied, requesting more than $18 million in requests, showing the significant needs still within our community. Of those applications, more than 598 are from those targeted ownership categories, women, minority, and veteran-owned business, ensuring that we're getting capital into the hands of all throughout our region. We are currently in the second round of evaluations for this program, but have anticipated that we will be deploying more than $12 million in local grant capital to hundreds of small businesses and nonprofits in our region. We came together in the beginning. We continue to stay together for progress, and we're going to continue working together to ensure success in our region. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the dozens of local community and economic development partners in our region, the Board of County Commissioners for deploying millions of dollars in local grant access to capital, the El Paso County Economic Development Team, as well as the Small Business Development Center. As we move forward in this pandemic, we'll continue to follow the quote that you see on the screen today. Coming together was just the beginning. Keeping together is progress, and working together has been our true success. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the dozens of local community and economic development partners that have continued to stay together throughout the pandemic and work on economic recovery efforts. Additionally, I'd like to thank the El Paso County Board of County Commissioners for allocating CARES Act funding to ensure our region had access to local grant capital. A special thank you to the Pikes Peak SBDC and our local El Paso County Economic Development Team. And lastly, and most importantly, thank you to our small business community throughout the region who continues to make this a wonderful place to work, live, and play.